In order to stop the bug bite madness, you need a couple of things. You need something that will show you where the bite mark is, and something that will debride the human skin here and make the pores open up. If the pores open up, then if you'll see right here, the bite mark will open up also. Okay? It's just like your skin when in the summer you sweat a lot, your pores open. In the winter they close up. Well, what this does, and I use a 99-cent toothbrush right here, available at any store, and hydrogen peroxide. Now this is a patented method. I developed it myself. I'm genius. I'm waiting for Shark Tank to come calling, and yeah, Shark Tank, because that'd be interesting. Hydrogen peroxide right here is a topical solution. It is a first aid, antiseptic, and oral debriding agent. What it does is for minor cuts, which is that's what a bug is, and it does two things. Once it hits the bite mark, it turns the bite mark white, so you know where it is. Then what it does is, as the hydrogen peroxide hits the bacteria from our little bug right here, it kills it. Now remember what I said, after you kill the bacteria from the bug bite, there's no more itching. So you find the area around where you think there is a problem, and I will show it on myself in the next few videos. But suppose you have a small spot on your hand here, and you feel it's like a little rash. It's not a little rash. It's a bug that has bitten you 8 or 9 times, but you can't see it. Has anyone ever seen a little spider who only got 1 fang in you instead of 2? Well, you will with this. So what we do is we find the bug bite right here. You take a little capful of the hydrogen peroxide, put it right here along with the debriding agent, or the toothbrush, and we slowly itch. We itch with the toothbrush, and you really like this. It does not hurt the skin. It doesn't cause any scarring or anything like that. Of course, it's a home remedy, so do it at your own risk. But as you work the skin with your toothbrush, what it does is it causes the pores to open. Like, after a while, it'll cause the pores to open like this large pore right here, okay? As it causes the pores to open, it will also cause the bug bite to open. Now, if you get hydrogen peroxide on your pores, it doesn't do anything. Hydrogen peroxide, as I understand it, reacts to blood and blood products. I think, I'm not a doctor, but I'll tell you what it does. It turns any cut or perforation in the skin, it will turn it white when it hits. So you keep rubbing and rubbing and rubbing with hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide does not hurt. And slowly, after about 45 seconds, and I will show you this on myself, the little tiny white spots will appear. That is where you have the puncture wounds from our little insect. See? And as you rub more of the hydrogen peroxide into the wound, it will show you all of the bite mark tracks and everything. What it shows is that insects, when they bite you, they're not biting you to hurt you. They are on a giant, like a Godzilla type of animal, and they're biting you to make you stop moving. You don't feel it because the bacteria hasn't built up enough. After about, I don't know, 5-6 hours, depending on how much saliva is in the bug, bigger spiders have a wider bite mark, and you'll be able to see it as you get into this. But they have a wider bite mark and they have more saliva than the smaller ones. The only other one that's hard are fleas. Fleas have two jaws. They go back and forth like this, back and forth, back and forth. And what they do is they cut the skin on your shin or wherever there's smooth, tight skin, and they lap the blood up. The smaller the animal, the smaller the bug, the smaller the bite mark, it takes longer to show. Now, of course, I know from experience that you're going to say, oh, this is bullshit, doesn't work. I'm going to use this and it will, nothing will happen. Well, I've got news for you. I mean, this is a free, you can't beat free. If you want itch bite relief, is that once you do this, you'll be able to say, oh, God, it's itching at night, you know. I'm awake. I'll go in the bathroom. I'll get some hydrogen peroxide. And you got to make sure the hydrogen peroxide is in good shape. You have to make sure that this is on here, because when air hits hydrogen peroxide, my wife told me it turns to water. Water won't do you any good. Now, there are other debriding or other agents you can use to kill the bacteria. But the thing is, hydrogen peroxide is the only agent that will show you exactly where the bite mark is. I've never seen a bug only bite once. They'll bite a number of times. And the only reason you itch is because the bacteria put under your skin, right here, let's call that bacteria. The only reason you itch is because the bacteria under the skin that you can't get to. You can put all the neatest hydrocortisone, pharmaceutical stuff on the bite mark. It doesn't do you any good because the saliva and bacteria are under the skin. These bugs don't just put it on the top of your skin. They inject it. All right, think about it. All little bugs are injectors. And your skin is pliable, everything else. What this does is opens up the wound, the little wound, with the constant rubbing. You can rub, I don't know, 30 seconds and you'll see something. And then once the wound is open, the hydrogen peroxide gets into the little wound and it kills the bacteria. After it kills the bacteria, what the wound feels like is like just like a little paper cut. But the itching is gone. The itching is gone because the bacteria is gone. In my next few videos, I'll show you how it actually works on myself once I get a good bug bite, because it is summer. And I know this may sound totally crazy to some of you, but my last video on this had 500,000 hits. And if you look at the comments, see if it works or not. And all I'm asking is that if this itch relief works for you, if you'll please comment or leave a thumbs up, because it does work. I developed it. I'm a genius. I did my doctoral thesis on it, and it's cheap and free. So thank you.